Well, hello there folks, and welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. And enough of that funny voice. So, hello. So, what's going on, I hear you cry? Why is Emily on the ramp here? Paul, standing next to an MD11. Well, we are doing a triplet here from... I decided that I'd not actually flown the MD11 enough, and I wanted to take it out. And we're going to fly today over the Atlantic. We don't do anything by halves here. I'm going to fly Maria Montessori in her farewell livery to KLM. Farewell to KLM, but hello to us. Over to Edmonton this afternoon. We'll just quickly... Yeah, we've got the high loaders are here, everyone's here. Gonna do a little walk. I don't think, yeah, they haven't enabled that, but it just shows how high off the ground this aircraft is. I also remember, I can't remember if it was there's an option. So this is how long it's been since I've flown an MD-11. It was my first studio level aircraft I ever flew. So sort of, in terms of what studio level, in terms of like in-depth programming aircraft I flew in the sim, 737, 300 by Wilco, and Briar, and then PMDG MD-11, I always sort of felt a strange attraction to a girl with three holes, three engines. So yeah, obviously 3 engines on the MD-11. Quite an interesting aircraft as a result, but we're boarding from the apron today. Can I walk up the steps? I can. Ha! How cool is this? Can't board the aircraft this way though. But we'll get into the flight deck and we'll start getting ready for our flight. So I've not plugged in my sim brief, but I am using sim brief today. State. We'll go to ready to start. Payload. I'm going to now just start plugging away from a sim brief. So our payload taking 311 punters. 310, fine, have it your way, game. And that's a payload of about 32 tons, which is about right. Fuel quantity. I need this to be in kilograms, so I'll quickly change this up. Weight units, metric, please. Payload. Metric. Oh, that's cool. Manpower defense, that's on the FedEx. That's cool, that's an option. So FedEx fitted their aircraft, because they basically do a lot of the resupplies for like US forces and stuff. What we'll do is we'll be really easy on ourselves and just up that to 100. Set the payload. And fuel load. Oh, God. Go back. Fuel quantity in kilograms. I want block fuel of 59 tons. 59140. Set payload. There we go. Performance. Might as well. EHAM. And then we'll just get weather information from the sim. So it's going to be runway 13 probably. Or one of the southbound runways. 18 Lima. 18 right. Let's go 18. Yeah, 18 right. That'll do. We're not doing landing yet, but we'll get takeoff weights. There we go. And we'll just go takeoff 1. Get weights. Packs will be on as well. Get takeoff weight. Get weather. Calculate our V speeds. 138, 159. Wow, we are heavy today. Right. Good. We are aligned. I'm glad that we're in synergy together today, guys. EHAM to CYEG. We have it. And our alternate is Vancouver today. It's hopping across the Rockies. So that'll be in a different weather system, which is quite handy as an alternate. And we're KLM 69 Echo. Why? Because why the hell not? Let's go to our OFP now. Show briefing package, preview, and basically it wants me to tell it what cruise altitudes I want it to go for. But initial cruise is 360, so it's not 330, it's 360. And then the aircraft will extrapolate from there. Cost index should be on here. 20. That's quite low. There we go. And next page. So our fuel on board. Takeoff gross weight. And we'll double check. That's gross weight for takeoff. Yeah, 21 point. Well, it's 21.9, but yeah, 21. Well, yeah, that'll do me basically. Okay, so that'll do. And we'll then do our flight plan. And we'll departures, SID. And the aircraft wants to take a Bergie. So many SIDs here at Bergie 3 November. So it's saying 09. Yeah, we'll fluff it, why not? That'll be a fun little challenge for us today. Insert that. So there you go, that's all plugged in, and I'm just going to change us to 09 on here. Yeah, you get slightly more headwind there, fair enough. We're going to be pedaling the aircraft quite hard on takeoff, but we'll figure that part out. Actually, speaking of that, services, let's do 1 left, 2 left, 3 left, cargo, cargo. Just make it look like we're actually here and ready for boarding, you know? Oh, interesting, I can't move my camera now. Yeah, we'll shut that back door. That must be where they were putting the catering on and the crew haven't closed it yet. I mean, I think the aircraft's been moved, or yes, we've somehow moved it. It's fine. Total do, we'll batten down the hatches and just get ready to go places. We're inspecting the wing for some reason. We'll just do that. We'll just say everything's been done. There we go. How amazing is that of everyone? So, after Bergie, we go on to Airways. And it's via Airway Mike 90. Shush, I'll figure it out. We're going to Lonham. From there, it's Lima 7 to Timup. It is lovely flying this aircraft, I'll say this. It is lovely getting to fly it. And then we go insert. And then we go direct to it's a 40 correction. And then from there it's direct Pemos. From Pemos, there's some fixed waypoints that we can't plug in because the way... Yeah, I'm not confident enough to plug those in because I'm offline. I'm not going to bother, basically. Ingham is our next one. So we're going to cut the corner ever so slightly, but had I not told you, you wouldn't have known. And then after Ingham, it's more plug-in plugins, and then direct to Yankee Mike Mike. And then from Yankee Mike Mike, it's Quebec 856 to Resax, and then it's a start from there. So we said Airways, then it's Airway, Quebec 856. No, apparently not. Okay, it's not that airway then. So what it'll be is direct Resax. So this is basically all the waypoints now lined up, all in a long row. That's to a place called LSX. There we go. So, and then I'll leave that discontinuity in for now. But, just do a progress. So it's expecting us to land with -1 tons on board. What we'll do, to placate myself here, because I'd be upset if I messed this up on my first trip on the Type in so long, we'll go to 70 tons of fuel. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the performance page, correction, the initial page, go to the next page of that, and then we'll just specify that we're actually going to 70 tons, which is 11 tons extra, which gives us a decent size unburnable reserve, and that will do absolutely fine. So, well, we'll go perf now. Alright, so take off approach, apologies. We'll do one flap on this again. Ignore this alarm going off. Yeah. It's quite interesting. She goes furlap, like stabilizer, furlap, slope and 0/7. There we go. Outside air temperature today, 4. Quite cold. So there is a risk of freezing rain on takeoff. Good to know, be aware of. 4C. So it's roughly in agreement with us today. That's good. Let's get ready for departure. So GSX, prepare for pushback and departure, please. Do I want de-icing treatment? Yes, I do actually. Great. We'll get everything. All the hatches are battened. Good. Now I'm going to just double check my sort of setup up here now. APU, that's on for that. I'm going to turn air off because actually I'll leave the packs on until we get the de-icers arriving. Even though in real life I'm pretty sure we just go to a de-icing. Oh no, they've arrived for us. Good. So the reason I'm going for de-icing treatment is the aircraft will just say it's arrived from I don't know, somewhere in the Caribbean. But because obviously it's just come down from high altitude not that long ago, the remaining, say, 10 tons of fuel in the wings before we put another 60 in will probably be very cold. That combined with the fact that it was raining and it was very close to freezing. And yeah, 50% next, please.
Now and observe fluid type 1, concentration at 50%. We'll call you back when ready.
So we just turned the pack, so it gets a bit stuffy for the passengers, but it means that basically the de-icing fluid doesn't get vaporized and blasted into the cabin. You can literally kill people by doing that. I remember reading a while ago now, to be fair, an incident on, well, it was an accident technically, on the Aviation Herald, where that happened, where basically the pack hadn't been turned off, or there'd been some fluid built up somewhere, can't remember. Basically, it caused a fume event on board. Fume. Even though sort of the AC is being taken from there, it's good practice. To be honest, we could probably start at the number 2 whilst we waited for them, but alas, we'll be good. I absolutely adore this aircraft. It is so pretty as a type, and I genuinely think we lost something when these aircraft left service. Like, I understand why, and I understand they weren't viable and all that kind of good stuff, but they are just pretty cool as far as sort of aircraft and machines go. Sort of blasting away there at the aircraft's wing. Got 2 of them on the go. And then we're going to get out of here. I believe this is flight Tampa's Amsterdam, I'm not 100% sure though. It's been ages since I bought the scenery, and it's just like, oh, I've got Amsterdam in mint. Then Edmonton is going to be sim add-ons. We'll go with sim add-ons. I will say as well to the chaps at TFDI, like, they always do like model things incredibly. Like, remember their 717 for the sort of FSX based flight sims were incredible. Oh wow, that is loud, isn't it? I'll turn that right down for you. I'm actually picking up through my headphones, like my headphones, but my head, I could hear it loudly. So, as I was saying, back in the day, the P3D 717 wasn't crap, but well, I think with P3D it came out more initially. When I say the FSX based flight simulator, because that's what that basically was. P3D was FSX with some extra bits, tacked in. Was incredible for its day, and the MD11 is following on a similar ilk. There we go. The guys are getting ready to leave us now, hopefully.
De-icing and anti-icing complete. Anti-icing coded. Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. I'm disconnecting. Good day.
Good day. Good day to you too, sir. Right. So we've got the wing walkers out. I think that's what they're there for, or they're just wandering around on the apron. Because we like being safe here at Schiphol. No, that's the wing walker's. Oh, we've got one wing walker. I think he's a wing walker, or is he just here? No, he's not a wing walker, I don't think. No, he's just going for a wander on the apron. No, there's no ice on the ground. We're going to start during the push out, and you're going to shout at me for it, and I don't care. I'm not aborting my start for no one. Right, back in the cockpit. Back in the business end. APU goes on. Now what we do is...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, hell... Wow, that was the most... no. That was the most... 311, we'll say. Okay, we'll just say 320 on there. There we go. So that basically sets up the AC, so it's the correct power. What happened there? No, I messed up. How to start the APU on this thing? APU power. What we'll do is we'll plug the GPU in for a second and the air start unit. And then I'll just say, external power connect, please. And the whole aircraft wakes itself up now. Hang on. Pushback facing northwest, sure. No. This is disappointing, yes. APU, GPU. Park brake is set. Is it, oh, yeah, remove the chunks. This isn't going well, is it? What have I done though? So, because I've got two sides connected. Emergency power is on, but it shouldn't be on though. What have I done? In the words of Chaperone's mum, God, what have I done? It's my pretty MD11. And something, 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 something. So, what's going on? I think I've killed it, which is always fun. So, FMGC. Good, so it's kept all the data in. So it's working. It should be working. So what we'll do is engine start 2. Then when we get the engines online, we can knock the things off. Quickly set my spoilers preamp for the takeoff. There we go. 5.5 degrees of up on that manoeuvre, and that manoeuvre will get. Yeah, I know. We'll sort this bit out. Fuel's in. Why is... If I cheat and do control and easy, what does that do? So I've got the engine starter in, but the engines aren't... We've got... why does it show the fuel flow on this thing? 'Cause EGT is basically freezing. It's very slowly starting, I think. Air start unit's definitely plugged in. Oh, I'll just turn the isolations off, maybe? But no, it wouldn't be rotating it if it didn't have air. This is deeply confusing. Yeah, fuel flow 0 for some reason, but I've got my fuel pumps, so fuel should be circulating. A and B ignitions, maybe, just for the purely unadulterated crack. How? Yeah, that's what it was, apparently. There we go. We've got 2 good starts. One good start. I can now ask GSX to push me out, because I've got an engine start. Wonderful. Is it Control P? Cool, whatever. Right, brave. Is it sending no bleed air off too? Fine, have it your way. Chucks in ASU, I start unit, please. So the ASU is basically, does it model it physically? I wonder. It should do, probably, right? Yeah, that is basically just pumping air into our aircraft to get our engines turning. Oh, Control Easy works. That's always fun as a concept. Well, that all works, so we'll just wait for the... that's just the pumps off 3 are complaining that they're not working, which is fine. There we go, reset that. I think we're now about ready to go. So, because GSX had a hissy fit, we didn't really use it properly anyway, did we? What we're going to do is disconnect the air start unit. Sorry about that. I said disconnect the ASU, remove the wheel trocks, park brake is released. Oh my word, look at that. I'm just going to quickly get myself here. I'm just going to get my charts up here. I really should look at the notes for where it's actually sending me, because it's the one time ATC is handy. Sign in, because I'm just using Navigraph charts at the moment. And I'm doing new flight from EHAM. Zoom in really close. Hopefully this helps. Yes, it does. And we are, I believe, we're here. Alpha. So 09er is this runway right in front of us. Gotcha. So put a bit of power on. There we go. The aircraft's now moving away. In the interests of getting ready to fly. Ignore this. Like I said, I had to use slew to get myself out the stand, and that's not particularly precise at the best of times, if we're honest with ourselves. So we'll just turn in behind the departing queue. There we go. Master caution can be cancelled because we've got it's always saying his battery's charging, which is to be expected. Put our taxi lights on now that we're clear of the ramp. I did notice, so I've oh God, stop. So I was lucky enough to fly on a 747 once, 10 years ago now, and well, more than 10 years ago. And we flew when we were leaving Heathrow. I had a good view of the wing. Well, you're very rude, aren't you? We had a good view of the wing, and as we're sort of doing the tight turns on the taxiways, it felt like I was sort of watching the wing, and it felt like the inside of the tip of the wing was actually going backwards. And I just thought, like, how insane it is our engineering that, like I say, like, an airplane is so wide and turns so tight on the ground, the inside of the wing is going backwards. But then, does that actually create a meaningful difference in terms of if you're doing slow speed? Oh, okay, no, I'm just going to bully my way through these AIs because they clearly just don't care that I'm here. And now there's a 737 coming the other way. No. I'm just going to taxi through them. Alright, I'm just going to try and sort out my... This is one of those things that I can absolutely make the aircraft do, just not when anyone's watching. There we go, just like that. Cool, you're just breakdancing. Right, I'm just going to taxi through them. I'm just going to pretend they don't exist. Unfortunately, the sim is just playing silly but beggars. And I've got the green box. That means we are configured for departure. So we're just going to taxi straight through them, gun it, and get out of here, basically. So... I do love... So you even got, like, KLM Embraers here now, which is really cool. It just shows how narrow the fuselage is on an Embraer. Like, the engine is so big compared to the fuselage. Like, it's probably the fuselage on the Embraer is elliptical. Elliptical? Sure, that's a word now. And the engines are circular, but it just makes it look so much wider, so much narrower. Sorry. We'll just go around the outside, chuck her in the runway. I'm bullying my way out because we're a long distance flight. We've got priority because we're making the point to sit here for 8 hours. Also, Emily has to go places, guys. No, I'm meeting my niece for the first time today. And when I say niece, she's not. So she's my niece, but basically she's my friend from schools. Oh, I went too far. Right, we're going to off-road it here. I'm not taxiing around. Yeah, I went a long way down. I thought this was also the taxiway for 09. Right, I'm sorry, guys. I promise I will do a good flight sim video at some point, but I think I'm going to disable the internal AI because that's what's just causing me stress. Untold stress and pain and sad. So we enter the runway. The C220 will probably get towed to a bot, hopefully will. Right. Let's go. Thrust set. V1. Rotate. Come on. Guys, stop blowing me. Gear up. So, we've got FMS speed and nav mode. We're at flap retraction speed now. So I'm going to put autoflight on to let the aircraft take over. It's pitching for 180 knots. We'll go take us to slats only. And the speed's now going to step up. Autopilot back on, please. There you go. If you blast off out of over Amsterdam, I should say. I'm going to just pitch for level. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. Apparently it's not fine. Okay, and we'll keep it on course. Not a slight attract speed yet. There we go, and off, and off. There we go. That is us. Now clear of Amsterdam. How pretty is she? Right, now that we are advancing plus slight retract speed. Slats up, gear up. Spoiler can be disarmed. There we go. Oh, for crying out loud. And that is it. So I'm going to see you guys in about, about 8 hours when we get in position for our arrival into Edmonton. I know I said Calgary that, but no, we're going to Edmonton today.